Thank you very much for having me and for the invitation to attend the Nairobi International Book Fair, an event that I've attended for the last few years. I don't take it for granted that I'm invited for the function. And the theme of this year's international conference is very exciting because it's any book anywhere, virtual learning basically. My name is Julius Jwan. I'm currently the PS Vocational and Technical Training. And I think one thing that I want to talk about relates to TVET. And I'm very excited to be in this space. Let me start by giving statistics. Last year, over 660,000 learners sat for their KCSE exams. 122,000 plus have been admitted into the universities. That leaves over 540,000 learners who finished Form 4 who are looking for space. Now, if you look at it practically, that number of learners can only get space in the technical training institutions. Now, if you replicate this backwards, I think last year we had about 99 learners qualifying for university, then over 500 again going into technical training institutions. So what I'm trying to say, and that is why I think we need your support as publishers, book readers in this country, is that TVET provides a wonderful opportunity for all of us to have young people join and acquire practical skills, useful skills that they can apply and they can take into the job market as soon as they finish training. So thank you very much. I feel very proud that this year you have picked on a theme that is relevant to what we are doing. But going forward, I want to appeal to all of us and let you know that currently we are working on a blueprint for the TVET sector. We are also working on a blueprint for the workforce so that the blueprint for the TVET is critically mapped on the blueprint for the workforce. This is meant to help us ensure that the training that we take our students through fit directly into the job market. Now, the blueprint is composed of three critical components. There are many others. One, we want to position TVET clearly as a pathway that learners go through and go as high as they would wish to be. So that TVET ceases being a place where you go to because there's something you didn't get. It has to be embedded as a pathway, and we must appreciate that you can go through TVET and proceed to wherever you want to be. Secondly, we want to look at the horizontal engagement in TVET. By horizontal, I mean, how do we train with the industry? By training with the industry, we'll be trying to reduce the skills gap that we normally have when we train for the industry. Because when we train for the industry, we finish the training, they go to the field, and then we start talking about skills gap. And we have initiated that process. The blueprint is going to bring out that also very clearly. And thirdly, we are trying to establish the role of each player. And this is where the publishers come in. We know that clearly there has not been so much publishing that relates to the TVET sector. We want to plead, we want to engage the Kenya Publishers Association plus their partners to delve into this area. We can partner, you can look at our curriculum so that our learners, because currently you find that a lot of the materials being used are not necessarily locally produced, so that you can help us produce materials either virtually or print that learners can use in the TVET sector. I would say it is a bare area. It is an area that I think is very productive, and therefore the third component of the role of each partner would suit you very well so that you take opportunity, occupies that space, and produce for us materials that our learners can use. We are also trying to see how we can start socializing learners from school level, so that we don't wait for the learners to come and finish secondary school, and then we tell them now, because you're not able to go here and there, or you're not able to go to the university, you can now go into TVET. We are starting to plan a partnership with Kenya Secondary Heads Association, so that from school level they can start socializing the learners, they can socialize the parents, so that we all appreciate that really TVET is an option that would be extremely helpful to learners after they finish secondary schooling. So that is what we are doing in terms of developing a blueprint, and we believe that will go a long way in helping us move forward. Equally, we are trying to recruit more trainers for TVET. Again, at that level, we need materials. We need virtual materials. We need digital materials, and we hope you people, the publishers, will help us with this. We are trying to create a large pool of training, a large pool of trainers who can be available for TVET institutions, because currently the numbers we have are not enough. And not just enough, we are also trying to see how we can upgrade, help them upgrade their skills. And that is why we are trying to reposition Kenya Technical Trainers Institute College, KTTC, as a premier training institution for TVET and a premier institution for continuous professional development of trainers in the TVET sector. This is going to be extremely critical. We'll be moving into virtual training, so that even as trainers are in their various institutions, they can be enabled to improve on their skills as they move forward. So ladies and gentlemen, I didn't have much to say, but I want to thank you very much for inviting me for this function. And I want to encourage you, wherever you are, in whatever you do, please help us socialize learners, help us socialize the country, that TVET is the place to be, that TVET is going to contribute significantly to the growth of this country, whether you're talking about Agenda 4, you're talking about Vision 2030, you're talking about Sustainable Development Goals. You see critically that the position of TVET is extremely critical. That is where the youth will be. It will help us a lot with reducing the youth unemployment. It will help us a lot with people getting relevant skills in modern day, and I believe this is what we need to do, all of us. So thank you very much. I wish you well. Please join me so that we improve TVET and help people change attitude to see that TVET is not a place for people who cannot do something else, but a choice that will lead them to the job market. Thank you very much.